I can't not share everything that I learned in these podcasts today. I started running through these on TikTok, but who am I freaking kidding? I don't want to be sped up with this stuff because I, as you know, could talk for 40 minutes on it. So I'm just going to run through the big topics that I listened to on the plane today, and you can dive more into them if you want later, aka I can dive more into them later. So Dan Coe, clarity and focus. He talks about like those are the most important things. I put this on my Instagram on the resources thing. That focus YouTube video will change your freaking life. I need to listen to that again for sure. I listened to this like 2 to 4 hour millionaire routine one today. And he talks about how people get discouraged because they're like, oh, it's going to take so long to build something. And he said in reality, it doesn't take that long to build, and you might put a little bit extra work during the build phase. But then once you're sustaining and maintaining, it doesn't take that much work. Like you could be working 4 hours a day on your $1 million business. And that's what he does. He also says like, talks about the expectation. So he always was like, I don't want to work more than 4 hours a day, and anything more than those 4 hours is seen as a problem. Most of us are conditioned to see anything outside of the 9 to 5 as a problem. If you have to stay until 5:30 or 8 or 9 or work on a Friday night or a weekend, that's a problem and you'll do something about it. But for him, it's a different window, 2 to 4 hours a day. And he built this business while working a 9 to 5. So like just there's a myth that you have to work super hard and super long. A few hours of focused work, working on the right things every day is all that you need. Okay, this explains why I need a freaking goal that I'm working towards, but I also need the clarity and focus. I've been really struggling this past week. I say struggle, I feel like I've been struggling forever, but guess what? It was not even a week ago that I put out a podcast with a guest, and then I put out a different video that like on Saturday, and it's only Wednesday right now. So like, are you kidding me? It's crazy. I feel like I'm not doing anything, but this is why I have this vlog. Like, girl, as I told the Pete's Coffee today, my name is M-E-M, and I thought it was so cute. I like being called M. But yeah, M, you're crushing it. You're doing stuff. But it does help to have clarity and focus every day. But I mean, it's okay that I didn't have it every day. By the way, I did not sleep well at all. I did not sleep well because I traveled, and when I have anxiety, sometimes I have anxiety before I travel, which is something that I would like to not have my entire life, but I slept very few hours. So if my thoughts are the way that they are, that's why. Okay, let me take a breath. I'm just super excited, and these are going to be lost in my notes forever if I don't say them, and I just want to like say things. So, goals, focus, clarity, working on the right things. So for me, anyway, I was going to say for the past long time, but actually just the past couple of days, I haven't had as strong of a focus and clarity around what I wanted to do, even though I was doing the one thing every day at least on my business. I don't know. I could just use, I think, a little bit more clarity. But the reason that I like goals is because he talks about entropy is when you do nothing to your life to like maintain it, you don't have goals, you will slowly drown into chaos. So everything tends towards disorder and chaos. Things will fall apart if they're left alone. So literally like a room, a relationship, your mind, if left alone, it will turn into chaos and a giant mess. You have to put in intentional work to maintain it or improve it. I've known this my entire life. This is why I feel like I am so into this personal development stuff because it takes effort to just maintain. And then while I'm there, I'm like, well, may as well improve. But there are many times I'm really just like, or I guess I find that I feel my best when I'm improving though. So, yeah. And he says to feel like you're living a good life, that's when you have consistent effort towards your goals. Problems in your life or any limits on your mind and your potential. And he talks about making, like, you solve your own problem and then give that solution to the world, add value to the world by solving your own problem. And like, that's just making humanity better every single step. Because if I can learn from other people who have gone through a lifetime of learning stuff, like, just think of how much further ahead you're starting, and then you can solve like the next thing going up. Okay, he talks about boredom and anxiety, how if you're not challenged enough, you'll be bored. If you're too challenged but you don't have the skill level yet, then you're gonna get anxiety. And when you have the perfect combination of those two, then you'll be in the flow state. And I think he was saying, like, I forget if this was this podcast or another one. This is the Dan Co one, where they say flow state. I think it was something else. Flow state is like where you're supposed to be evolutionarily and like spiritually, like you're on the right track and you're doing what you're supposed to do when you're in flow state, basically. Chaos induced by anxiety and boredom can only be solved by clarity. Life is a quest of video games. Okay, this is so good because yesterday I was feeling so many negative thoughts and like, yeah, just so low vibes. So, life is a song, a story, a game. There are low points of all of those. Like, every good song has bad lyrics, or some do, whatever. And like, I don't know, there are low parts to stories and stuff. And if you single something out, sometimes it won't be perfect. If you focus on one thing, it won't be perfect, but the entire thing is beautiful. He talks about the universe being one song, like universe, one song. I guess that means there are highs and lows, but it's absolutely perfect. I need to remember this. I really do. I really do. We hate the lows in our own life. Sorry, I was just checking something I shouldn't have. It's because I'm tired. No need to say just take your time. You're good. It will take time to level up in games. Yeah. Build for your ideal future every day. Oh my gosh, this is gold. If you don't build something, the only problems you're going to have is the ones that your mind is making up. Once again, this is another answer for why I am so into personal development and stuff. Because people ask sometimes, like, why are you so into this stuff? This is why. Because I need freaking problems to work on, or else I'm going to create them. Learning comes from the struggle. And so he says, like, building and teaching as you build is the best thing you can do. And that's what I'm trying to do here. So, like, yeah, I'm trying to build this and I'm trying to teach while I build. Let's freaking go. Ooh, I want to do this. Create an outline for everything that you need for the project. And he said basically, like, everyone should have a business as a project, because you're giving back to society and like it's has something to do with meaning and purpose. Like, you should have that as one of your projects. So for this, create an outline for everything that you need for the project and then break it up into manageable goals. Have like a minimal viable, okay, I might come back to this. Okay, called a friend and it got later and I got colder. But let's see. Flow state. Just listening to a lot of people like make effortless money in 1 to 4 hours a day, and like I fully believe in that. For me, I just have this feeling of like effortlessly making money. Have a minimal viable vision and project, like, and then put it out there. Procrastination isn't bad, and most of your like high quality work can come in those like last packed obsessed states. Talks about rest, like you work for 1 to 4 hours, then Dan Co goes to the gym after, and that's like his reset, and like he'll rest for the whole day, and then or like just do other things, and then have that focused time in the morning again. And just like with the gym, you need rests in between. All right, and then we get into, what's his name? I forgot again. David Ghiyam, Ghiyam, Yam, David Ghiyam podcast. He talks about, he's very spiritual. I think it's called Kabbalah. He talks about setting physical goals, being open to everything and not limiting. Your intuition might come and say, talk to this person, book this trip, whatever. So be 1,000% open to something else guiding you. Like, I'm 1,000% open to being guided wherever. And how sometimes we need to be in this physical world doing work and then meetings and stuff, and like fully be there and be present, and also like set the intention, like, I am open now to endless ideas, endless inspiration. Love that for the things they need to do, because he was saying how he would just like to be in this creative mode or prayer like all the time, but sometimes you have to do things. But yeah, and I like this for goals and the way that you set your day. Like, this is my schedule. I'm also open to listen to my intuition for if something better needs to happen. Same with the goals for your future. Have certainty. It's for the good. Every discomfort is from the Creator. Certain things are in our soul that attract similar mirrored parasites to show you what you need to change. So, like, he was talking about a discomfort. I'm trying to think. What have I been? Oh my gosh, like me being annoyed that a restaurant takes way too long to bring out my food. That's like the discomfort of it taking too long might be showing me, I don't know if it's like showing me I need to learn patience, but it also could be showing me that like I'm taking a long time in something. That might be what he was saying. Like, I might be acting way too slow. I'm not sure. He said experiencing painful moments, negativity, and parts of you that you thought you transformed. Know that you're elevating, not going backwards. And your bounce back rate gets better. So you bounce back sooner rather than after days, weeks, months, years. So you don't sit in the mistake. You bounce back better, and I would add, you treat yourself better. He talks about, I think her name is Melissa Wood and Jennifer Zoe. I want to look at these people. Talks about choosing to be sad. Oh my gosh, he said I said LOL. He said, when you have a goal to reach, sometimes you'll get the exact opposite. If you want a relationship, you'll feel lonely. If you want money, sometimes you won't get any. Like, I forget why, but basically that's normal. And then, yeah, when parts of you that you thought you moved past start coming back, first of all, yeah, bounce back better, be nicer to yourself, but also know that it's like that next level version of yourself. You're riding the bench on the varsity team as an average player because you were the star of JV up until this point. He talks about the more painful the test, the higher you will leap. Anything new is an immediate threat. Okay, this is from the Spiritual Hustler podcast. Anything new is a threat, including money goals that nobody that we know has experienced. So if you're calling in, manifesting, reaching new levels of financial success more than your friends, your family, your ancestors for sure, then it's gonna feel like a threat to your nervous system. And then it talks a lot about like, making yourself feel safe, like hugging your dog or your partner or something, or grounding, taking your shoes off, going into grass or sand, are things that you can do. Okay, last podcast was with Diary of a CEO and Simon Sinek. I didn't finish this, but AI is creating more insecurity. And like plumbers aren't worried about AI, it's the knowledge workers, because it's going to take knowledge workers, coders, finance jobs. And life is about the journey. AI is about the destination. But like we need that journey part of it. He was saying like he's not the man that he is because a book full of his ideas exists. He is who he is because of the process he went to create this book. And AI, like, if you forget how to spell, fine. Just like people forgot how to memorize phone numbers. But what we do not want to lose is our humanity, our human skills, relationship stuff, how to listen, hold space, resolve conflict, give and receive feedback, how to take accountability, express empathy. And as the end product gets easier to produce, we need to just preserve the humanity. So basically, like, you can chat with AI, and AI is a great friend to you back, but sometimes a yes man, like, or just affirming whatever you say, like, yeah, your life does suck, or yeah, it is amazing. But as it becomes your friend, you're not learning how to be a better friend by talking to it, or how to resolve conflict and stuff. And even though it might help you do those things, like, you need to learn how to do it yourself, and also like handle distress, stuff like that. And then they also talk about how imperfection makes you lovable. So, and just how we need imperfection. And that's like how you get to know who people are. If everybody's just posting their chat GPT, like, just like, feel, I don't know, it's just like not authentic and genuine. And like, they talked about how, yeah, the humanity of it, the mistakes of it are like what make it interesting and like help people get to know you. And like the example of two computers playing chess, nobody wants to watch that. People want to watch two top chess players that are human, who could make mistakes, where there's that risk that they're going to make a wrong move, stuff like that. And then I'm trying to think. Oh, same with sports. What makes it so exciting and interesting, and the drama is the mistakes, not like each team playing the most perfect game in the most perfect mood. Okay, I for sure need to go to bed. I'm very tired. Let me see if there's anything in the beginning that because I got interrupted, but boredom, anxiety, life is a quest of video games. Yeah. Embrace the lows. Life is a song. Perspective is everything. I wrote F, yes. This is awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, yeah, you need a project. You need a project for the first 1 to 2 hours of your day to build for your ideal future. And this is the Dan Co video. If you don't build, you only have problems that your mind makes up. We'll end with that. Yeah, I think that's it for now, for tonight. And everything that I wanted to remember. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll chat soon.